The real you might be unmotivated, might have no determination, no passion, no drive. But like I said, why the fuck did I have you all yell at the top of your lungs when I came out? Because on those dark days, you still have to find more. If you don't want to find more for yourself, look to your left and look to your right. If you got a mom, a dad, a wife, a husband, kids, make sure you may be fine with that little bit of money you have and you're good. Try to make generational fucking wealth. If you're good, be that person when a fucking fire happens in a room like this. I guarantee most of you motherfuckers can look at me. Where's Goggins going? I'm gonna follow that motherfucker. You wanna be that motherfucker for your family.
People put up barriers for themselves by categorizing and classifying people as something that you think they are because of who they hang around or because of what somebody else told you, and fuck around and miss your blessing. Don't know that that's the motherfucker you need to talk to, because like we say, the ultimate goal is to get this motherfucking money.
Don't nobody give a fuck that you a real nigga. Nobody give a fuck you did jail time. Nobody give a fuck about you shot. You niggas better wake the fuck up, because you can't use that to pay no bills. You can't send nobody to college. You can't get no health insurance for your mother, none of that. Everyone's in their own fucking head. Everybody wants to get better, but they're all stuck in their fucking head, and they don't do shit, because you're all fucking scared out here. Everyone's fucking scared. You know why? Because you're not humble. Once you realize you're nothing, then you can't be beat. Nobody can beat me. Nobody can make my feelings feel hurt. Nobody can stop me. You know why? Because I don't think I'm anybody, so what the fuck are you saying? Once you lean into humility, it's over. Nobody can beat you.
I know what darkness looks like. I know what it feels like to be alone with no motivation, no drive, no passion. And what has to come out of your fucking soul in the darkest of times is what you just did right there. So that's what I do. So people always, like, for the first 20-some years of my life, it was just darkness. But if you are able to get up every morning, have no passion, no drive, no motivation, no shit, and still get up with that kind of fire, you will be successful in life. I guarantee you that.
But what you might not know is I was 6 years old when we came here to the United States, and I didn't speak English, and I didn't understand the language, the culture, and kindergarten was so hard for me. All of school was hard for me, but kindergarten especially was so difficult for me to assimilate. And one day I decided I'm done getting bullied, I'm done getting picked on, and I was just gonna run away from school. And I was so upset as a little boy running away. I felt so hopeless, so out of hope, that I just started taking off and running towards the Section 8 housing that we lived in at the time. I kind of had an idea where the housing was, and I was running, and apparently the school principal had called my mom and explained to my mom that I've escaped school and I'm running down the street, and I can only imagine the principal's freaking out, right? And all of a sudden I see the principal chasing me down one way, and I see my mom coming up another way, and I know my mom was talking about sending me back to school, and I didn't want to go back to school. Every day I would cry about going back to school, man. It was difficult, getting bullied, getting yelled at, and being a foreigner, being the strange one, not fitting in, right? And I didn't want to go back to school. I didn't want to go back to my mom because I knew she'd make me go back to school. And there was a broken beer bottle on the ground by my feet, and I picked up a giant piece of glass from that bottle, and in Armenian I told my mom, I said, if either of you get any closer to me, I'm gonna cut myself. And I put the glass against my wrist, and I didn't even know where I was gonna cut. And obviously I didn't know at the time, but I was hopeless. And my mom broke down in that moment and just ran over to me, and I ran over to her, and we just cried together. And I share this with you because we're living in some fucking crazy, uncertain times. And the scariest thing to not have is hope. I don't know what the future looks like for you and your business, your income, your family right now, but I can tell you that we've got bounce back ability, right? You've got bounce back ability. You are eternally resilient, man. You've got every tool, every skill set you need to get back to where you were. And this might seem permanent right now, the position you're in with your business, with your income, with your lifestyle, the arguments, the uncertainty, the doubt, the fear that you're having. But I can tell you firsthand, this is not permanent. This is all temporary. We will get back to a new normal, whatever that new normal looks like. But I just wanted to share that from my heart, that there is hope. And in the absence of hope, we end up doing stupid things and making permanent decisions on temporary feelings. So if I could just share with you one thing, it is that hope exists. Hope is there. You've got what it takes to get to the light. It's just right now, you're in the middle of that tunnel.
Nothing is more important than your mind. Your mind is the most important thing in this world. I don't care what nobody say. Fuck your car, fuck your house, fuck your bank accounts, fuck them friends, fuck everything that you think that means something more than that. Because what you do is, you put more value into all these things. You put more value into people, places, and things than you do into your mindset. See, your mind, when your mind right, you're gonna shine right. The most important thing in this world, on this planet Earth, is your mind.
When that fucking alarm clock go off at 5 o'clock in the goddamn morning, you better get your ass off out of bed. We not sitting in the bed all morning.
A lot of people call me, they want to call me crazy. It's like running a marathon. If I got some shorts on and a tank top and I'm sweating hard as hell, running down a street, running the wrong way down a freeway, then you're going to say that person is crazy. But if 100 other people do it with me, then it's a marathon.
It's changing your perception that kind of changed the world around you, because it's the small things that we don't appreciate. So in order to appreciate everything, you have to be very, very, very analytical. So in being analytical, you start to observe the world in a different manner. So even how you approach people, even how you move, even how you think. When you change the way you think, you change the way you perceive the world.
Stop worrying about all that dumb shit. You keep worrying. And what happened is, when your mind is on point, your mind become a protective force, and it protect you from the bullshit. And help you see people that's not for you. Help you see environments that's not for you. And what you do is, you get that environmental, like I'm talking about, that situational awareness. Whereas though you just peep what's going on. You know the situation, your mindset. You get your mind right, you're gonna shine right. Stop putting more value into things than you do your fucking mind. Get your mind right, you're gonna shine right, and it's just like that.
So if you got a plan, a frequency, a vibration, don't tell your plan. Don't expose it too early, nothing. Seal it within. Keep it to yourself. Speak only when the goal is complete. So don't come out talking. Wait till you done. Then speak it. Receive the love, the energy, more fire to make it blow even more. Not just here, but in the spirit realm. No matter what project, music, break beyond the illusion. Don't speak it. Don't leak it. Don't show no samples. Wait until it's done. Complete. That's a counter. Now they don't know what to do. That's why they try to use you talking to bots to get your shit. Now they don't know what to do.
Making someone else responsible for your happiness, then maybe you need to check that, because you're the only one responsible for it.
My whole life has been turned around. I lost every job. I lost everything, every opportunity. I can't get buy cars, can't get rent, can't get none of that. But I'm still a survivor. You know, I'm still coming to court, still smiling, still signing autographs. But soon I'm gonna go crazy. You know what I'm saying? And it's up to the world. You know, America eats its babies. No matter what y'all think about me, I'm still your child. You know what I'm saying? You can't just turn me off like that.
Yo, on some spiritual shit, you have to be aligned with the things that you want. You cannot live in desire, because when you live in desire, you live in lack. If you're always worried and thinking about the things that you don't want, all the things that are going wrong, all the negative, then that is what you're gonna end up attracting. And it's so much easier to talk about this coming from experience, because I used to be in that state, like, oh my God, the world is against me. Please God, I need a miracle. I used to be thinking like that. Until I had a mindset shift, and I was like, bro, it's on me. Like, I have the resources. I need to look around and be a little bit more grateful and put my best foot forward and invest in myself. So for instance, if you want to be a millionaire, don't pray to God to make you magically a millionaire. Become a millionaire. You know what I'm saying? You have a phone right in front of you. There's a million things you can do with AI, market trading, anything. Content creation, like, it's when you realize your possibility and your potential are infinite, it ain't nothing to worry about.
The revolution is not about running down the street with a gun, shooting at who you think is the enemy. It's about controlling the information that's going into your mind that affects the actions that come after that information is in your mind. It's all about mind control. And this is also why fashion is such an important statement. What are you saying when you wear your clothes? But I say this to say that your statement with what you wear affects how you think. Fashion dictates thought, and our fashion is saying what we think.
I'm gonna tell you from my point of view, follow your heart. Because if you work where your heart is, you're gonna give it 100%. And if your heart's not into what you do, you'll never be happy.
I wake up every morning and we repping the team. You know, I ask my partners, what you got going on? Send me something. Send me something to post for you. Because, you know, we live in a time right now where everybody want to be so cool. They won't even rep their homies because they don't want to, I don't want to post that because I don't even know how that is. If you my homie, you my homie. I wake up in the morning, I sip a little champagne, I be smoking a blunt. I'm not even listening to what you talking about. If I come across, if that thing pop up and it say D-Wade, I'm liking it. I don't even give a damn what that was. We ain't got time to listen to everything. But I know that's my dog. I know that's my homie. We ain't gotta wait to all that. We ain't gotta look and approve. Let me see what he wearing today. Do I like what he was saying today? You know, it's these type of people you really deal with.
Okay.
Just, man, if I'm rocking with you, that's why I'm following you. If I ain't fuck with you, I ain't following you.
Advice is a funny thing, man. I feel like people don't want truth. They want self-validation, you know? Because if they accept the advice, that means they have to admit that maybe they were wrong and maybe their past decisions were suboptimal and maybe somebody else saw a blind spot that you didn't see. So instead, you're going to deploy all these defenses like nitpicking and semantic objections and exceptions to the rule and all this bullshit like anecdotal counters. Not because you're interested in accuracy, but because you're trying to preserve your ego.
Right.
You know? But it's like, okay, so you know everything except your role and why nothing's working. Because accountability
Right.
is the only answer you seem to not have.
Yeah.
You know everything else.